Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Ryan Beta, good to see you. We had several people who reached out to the channel, and I had no idea what to tell them. Because they said, Prof, I'm so mad. I lost pulleys. And I was like, what? And then I realized that some people were so confused regarding how the event was laid out for free that confusion, the confusion cost them, literally. And so J Lordville J said, I could understand this for X Magic OP, but not for this. I knew. You even referenced it. Sorry that you were missing out, though. And so a bunch of people didn't realize that they had to complete daily objectives. They thought maybe it was a weekly objective. I don't know anybody watching this live right now was in that position. But let's see how Kabam Mike responded to this. Hey, gang. I'm sorry to see some summoners missed out on dailies. While we can see how there might have been some confusion if summoners, whew, bless me, didn't read their in-game messages, we do believe that the information is there and that summoners were equipped with the information needed to successfully complete these objectives and get their pulleys. The in-game message mentions how these are daily objectives and how you'll need to log in every day to maximize your rewards. This does remind me, like, we're at the end of the semester for my college students. Some of these students are a couple absences away from dropping a grade. If they miss something and they don't have an unexcused absence, or they don't have an excuse for their absence, they're going to drop. And they know that that's the syllabus contract going in, and even 4 months later, they're still having a hard time meeting those requirements in the closing weeks of the semester. In the same way, Kabam can say, we talked multiple times about how these are daily objectives, so I'm sorry that you forgot to do them daily. Personally, it's easy to do them when you do the arena, because sometimes you'll just accidentally have them done without even intentionally having them done. Additionally, the special daily objectives tab is in the same line as daily objectives and behave the same way. Daily objectives don't stack. The timer, while maybe confusing if you haven't been playing this game for long, is in line with other timers. Now, this is where Kabam Mike is talking to someone like they're a third grader. And part of that might feel condescending, and in this case, part of this feels like somewhat impressive amounts of shade, because you're basically going down to the elementary explanations of what a timer even is. And that's fascinating. That is how long you have to complete that objective before it expires. He literally said, this is what a timer is, and this is what a timer does. Shade. So much passive-aggressive shade. I kind of respect it, because I kind of was raised with it. But, man, daily objectives need to be completed daily. Those, like, 3 lines back to back to back are like Kabam Mike's spitting condescending bars. This is like his magnum opus. He is so happy to be able to be this condescending. Lastly, we know that daily objectives ask you to log in daily and complete content to get their rewards, but that is the point of them. When something says daily, it means every day. They are an incentive to come back daily and play. If you like the rewards for something and want to collect them, you need to be ready to fulfill the criteria that have been set to collect the rewards. These are not meant to just be handed to players. Now, by the time this video hits my channel, for almost 12 hours, I will have dropped a video on the free rewards that players who spent multiple months not playing the game got for coming back the homecoming event, and they were literally handed, by the day 15 of this calendar, a free 7-star champion, or multiple free 6-star Nexus, Tier 6 Basic, Tier 3 Alpha. So it's interesting to say this. Kabam Mike is saying we don't want to just give players free stuff by logging into the game, and yet they expect those same players to spend cash when they're giving good rewards to people who haven't played for a few months to try to lure them back at the same time. So there is some hypocrisy to that mentality that I think I need to be fair enough to call out. Because if you're saying you guys need to come back daily and play in order to, and do these fights to get these objectives, because we don't want to just hand things to players, but actually we want to hand things to players who we need more money from, so we need to entice them to pull their wallet back out again. But you all, we know we can count on you to not leave, so you don't get as much free stuff. I can see players who've been saying this for years about Kabam reading this message and putting two and two together and thinking, oh, see, I knew it all along. There were also pulleys that were just given away, including the login calendar, in-game message, and the Summoner's Market free gift. I mean, there is some hypocrisy going on here. There's no question. That's probably going to be the title of this video, because you read, and yes, it's condescending, and yes, it literally explains what a timer is and what the word daily means. But you're also, maybe they don't want us to know, but that's the beauty of summoners going to channels like mine and Rich the Man and so many other great ones, and just tagging us in post and saying, hey, have you talked about this? Have you reported on this? Because this is a big deal. I still want to report on the big deal in this community and the big news. I feel like a video game journalist when this channel is at its best. And this is the kind of reporting that Kabam is trying to spin it one way, but we can see through it. You can't say that you don't want to give people who log in daily all the free stuff, but then give really good handouts to players that you want them to bust their credit cards back out for. So that is the end of this rant. If you're watching live, stay tuned. I need to get a lot off my chest, clearly. If not, thanks for watching.